Prepare emails as exhibits. This is a more common exhibit. In most cases, we have an email exchange that either shows somebody is not being cooperative or is, or they say, I hate you and I'll, torture you through the court system to the ends of the earth. And if I have to use the children to do that, I will. That'd be a nice exhibit, wouldn't it? So you will want to have emails, and emails are easy to get in between the parties. They will come in if they're between the parties. So this is just a reminder to consider what are your email exhibits, and to assign, all of this is getting assigned in the template. So you're assigning to yourself or to a paralegal, okay, prepare these exhibits. And it causes you to focus on what emails are we using. This also tells you, you might want to highlight the important portions of the email. So it's quick because all of this goes fast, right, in the hearing. So I like to email who is to and from, what's the date, if that's important. And maybe there's just one portion of the email I care about, or I want to highlight the word burn in hell, or whatever the exciting parts are. So that's a good tool. And they're self-authenticating if they're between the parties and they have been provided in discovery. That self-authenticates them when they've been provided in discovery. So that's a nice feature. Okay, so video or audio tape. We don't always have this, right? But we do sometimes. Some people audio tape or videotape interactions between them. And it is legal in Texas to tape record a conversation if you are a party to the conversation and they're aware you're a party to the conversation. So if I'm standing there having a conversation with you, I can tape record it. I can have a tape recorder in my pocket and tape record the whole thing, and I can play that in a court of law. It's completely legal. Now, if I'm not there, but I have hidden a tape recorder under the table and you're having a conversation with someone else, that is not legal. That is highly illegal, and that is a federal offense. You go to prison, so don't do that. Don't let your clients do that. It's wiretapping. So they can't stick, they like to stick the tape recorders in the truck, under the seat, and then when Joe Bob picks up his new little fling on the side and they talk, they like doing that, but they can't do that. That's illegal. So don't let them do that. But they can tape record calls between themselves. So if your client Susie Q is calling her husband Joe Bob and she tape records that whole conversation, legal. You can play it. And if Joe Bob keeps threatening her, or Joe Bob keeps saying all these horrible things to her, you're a horrible mother, we need to erase you from the children's lives, I can't believe you, blah, 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 I tell him tape record it. Because it's much more powerful to hear Joe Bob himself saying all that on tape than to have my client reporting it. Because maybe she's not reporting it accurately, you don't hear the venom, but if you hear somebody on tape being horrible and having a threatening sound, that's pretty powerful evidence. So in that instance, you would want to have your audio or videotape at your hearing. Now, it's tricky because you don't have a lot of time at your temporary hearing, and you don't want to spend a lot of time setting up your tape and playing it, and they have to figure out if it's really the voice, they have to testify for your predicate that, yes, that's a conversation between us, yes, I recognize his voice, and all that takes time. So you want to be thoughtful about how are you going to get that into evidence quickly. If I have a video, I like to play it on my iPad, but I need to have, I'm not going to put my iPad into evidence, right? Because I don't want to give the judge my iPad. So I'm going to have either CDs, probably CDs, or you could have a thumb drive, and you need to have more than one because you have to give it to opposing counsel and to the court. So that's what I would do, is have them on CDs ready to pass out to everybody. But the one I play, it seems faster than loading it on my computer to show it on my iPad. And I kind of have it all set up to do that. So consider that. Consider the logistics of it and how you can make that happen quickly.